Hello, this is George from RWS Language Weaver, and today I want to show you a very cool device called Cabolo, produced by our partner Seller85, which is an Italian company specialized in speech technologies. Cabolo is basically a handheld portable device that can automatically transcribe, translate meetings, it can index meetings, it can record them in a very safe way. It comes in a very nice packaging. As you can see here, I have the device with me for a couple of days now. We attended the ISS event in Prague, which is one of the leading exhibitions for law enforcement and government agencies. And most definitely, the highlight of our exhibition booth was this device, which incorporates both technologies from Seller85, but also technologies from RWS, most specifically the Language Weaver Edge neural machine translation solution. So this is a partnership between Seller85 and RWS that's been around for a couple of years now. It started with a project that we won for the European Parliament. Basically, we've implemented a solution that can automatically translate the speech of plenary sessions. So whenever there's a plenary session at the European Parliament of the members of the Parliament, basically speak in their own languages, or they use a mix of English, French, and their own native languages. So the solution that we've implemented there captures the sound from the microphone and in real time translate that speech as a subtitle into text into all the European Union 24 languages. So this is a server-based solution. It's a SaaS solution. The same technology is basically embedded on the Cabolo, but with a big difference. The Cabolo is plug and play. You don't need any hardware, any IT to have it run. You just need a power outlet, and it's just going to start off all the technology, the ASR engines, the user interface, RWS's Language Weaver Edge software is embedded on the device. Doesn't need any internet connection. So basically, you can just use the device wherever, in any facility. You only need a power outlet. The device looks like this. It's a very nice package. You can tell it's Italian. Comes in a box, in a case. I'm gonna show you now how the case, what the case contains. So basically, there's a device itself. There are a couple of adapters for different power outlets. There's an external USB sound card in case you want to connect sound from an audio mixer in analog. There's also some instructions that come with it, a nice pen, uh, also some adapters, some drives here. So the device comes with basically anything that you would need. You just start it off, and basically you connect to it just as you would connect to any intelligent appliance. So once the device has started, you just need to connect to it from your PC, laptop, tablet, mobile phone. Basically, the Cabolo device would instantiate a wireless network. It has its own hotspot. You just need to find it from your device. You connect to it with the security key that's been provided, and then you go in a web browser, and you just go into the indicated IP address, put in your username and password, and that's it. Basically, you're now connected and ready to use. As you see, the device doesn't have its own app that you need to install. As I mentioned before, basically, you don't need anything except electricity to run it. It has a couple of features. So it has a recording capability. It has the archive that you can browse. It has the translation component where you can translate existing recordings in batch mode, or you can just pick and choose whatever recording you want to translate. It has search because all the recordings are going to be indexed, so you can actually search the audio by keywords or expressions. And then it has a bunch of features in the settings area that I'm not going to go into, but you can define a lot of things like speakers, the way your microphone want to be configured, and so on. Even the layout and colors and everything. Then basically we can just start Cabolo. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use it with two external microphones. The reason is that it needs an audio input. The device itself, which is based on an Intel NUC mini computer, doesn't have any internal microphone. There was a previous version of this device that came in with an array mic on top, which could capture the sound from 6 directions, and it didn't need an external microphone. But the reality is that meetings are most of the times held in difficult conditions with background noise. So to get the best quality, you actually need some external microphones. Also, this device is the second version that can do the real-time transcription and translation. So it has more RAM and more CPU than the previous device, which I've used personally at some events. And because of that, retrofitting that Arrow microphone was not possible anymore. So now Cabolo depends on external microphones, but you can pretty much use any microphone that you would want. In this case, I'm using two Marantz professional microphones with very good audio input. And as you're probably going to see, good audio input means good transcription, and that means good translation also. So what I'm doing now, I'm starting a transcription session, and I'm
Hello, this is George. I'm using one of the microphones to speak English. Și în celălalt microfon vorbesc în limba română.
So what you saw there was an example of how Cabolo is typically used. Now, a couple of interesting features, as you might have seen, I didn't have to specify what language I was talking, so I just switched from English to Romanian, and the device automatically figured out that's because it has a language ID or LID capability and can detect the spoken language in real time, which is pretty interesting. Now, another thing that you can actually see when I replay the sessions, you can see that it also does something called speaker diarization or speaker separation. So it kind of figures out there are two speakers. In this case, it was the same speaker, it was me, but because I used two mics, it enforced that diarization. But you can have multiple people speaking the same microphone. And the technology is actually going to figure out by the tonality and other characteristics when the speaker changes, and it's going to separate that in the transcription. And what you can do, you can also replay the transcription. You can also download it in a number of formats. It comes with a translation. It comes in a Word editable form. So all these live sessions don't just live on the device itself. They're not just for real time. You can just do a lot of things with them afterwards. You can maybe correct them, create perfectly quality subtitles. You can create an archive. And the cool thing is that the transcriptions actually and the recordings are stored on the device itself in encrypted form. So the device has been built with security in mind. If you download those recordings, you need a password to access them. You can store them on an encrypted USB key. So everything about Cabolo is about not just providing this real-time subtitling capability, but also with security in mind, both because it doesn't need an internet connection, so your data doesn't go anywhere. Your meetings are not stored on a cloud. They are transcribed directly on the device. The recordings are stored on the device, and they're stored in an encrypted way. So this was pretty much it, my unboxing of Cabolo. It's a very interesting device. I would say it's one of the most capable devices that uses artificial intelligence on the market to date. Some people compare it with Alexa and other appliances. Well, this is, I would say, the business to business or the premium version of all the software and applications that you've seen online. They can do translation and transcription at the same time. Be sure to check out our RWS Language Weaver website for more information, and reach out to me if you want to get a demo of Cabolo or if you're interested in more details about this product. Thank you very much.